12, then we have to specify the highest class of that school, class 12. But the data which we will be capturing, that will be only from class 1 to 8. In the later section of this data capture format, where we will be collecting the information on enrollment, there we will be collecting information of enrollment from class 1 to class 8 only, not from class 1 to class 12. Although the highest class in this particular school is class 12. So remember that also. Now 24th point is medium of instruction. In the data capture format or on the screen, if you see, there are 4 options, A, B, C and D. We are assuming that in a school there can be maximum 4 medium of instructions. 4 medium of instructions means where the teaching is done and the study material, the books are printed in those mediums. So we can specify maximum 4 medium of instructions in a school. If that school is only one medium, single medium school, then that information has to be filled in the A part of the 24th question, 24th variable, A part. If there are 2 mediums, then first medium will be specified in the A part, second medium will be specified in the B part. And for each medium of instruction, all the medium of instruction which are written in your data capture format, every medium of instruction is again assigned a code. You have to write that code only. For example, numeric code 4, numeric 4, that is given for Hindi. Numeric code 19, that is given for English. So you don't have to write English or Hindi. You have to write the code 4 or 19 or whichever medium of instruction is applicable for your school. Now when we turn to the second page, that is school particulars, where first point is whether pre-primary section other than Anganwadi is attached to the school or not. Here we clearly specify that whether pre-primary section which is less than class 1 other than Anganwadi, that is attached to the school or not. If yes, so again you have to specify 1 or 2 for yes or no. If the pre-primary section is attached to the school, then you have to specify the total number of students in pre-primary sections and total number of teachers for pre-primary section, exclusively for pre-primary section, that you have to specify. Second point is Anganwadi center in or adjacent to the school, whether there is a Anganwadi center in this school or adjacent to the school, then we have to specify 1 for yes and no for 2. And if the information provided is yes, that means if the Anganwadi center is near this particular school or within a school, then you have to specify the total students in Anganwadi and total teachers or Anganwadi workers, exclusively for Anganwadi, total number of Anganwadi workers you have to specify. Now the third point is this school a residential school? Residential school means where the students can reside in this particular school. So if this information, you have to specify yes or no, and if this information is yes, then we have to specify the type of residential school, where you can specify ashram government school, ashram non-government school, or the codes which are given in your data capture format. The fourth point, which is again a new addition in this particular data capture format for the year 2010-11, which says whether this is a special school for CWSN. CWSN is children for special need. Whether this school is a special school for children with disabilities or children with special needs. If yes, then we have to specify code number 1, otherwise we have to specify code number 2. Fifth point in this data capture format on this page is where we are asking, is the school building used as part of shift school? That means whether this school runs in shifts. Suppose for example in the morning the school is for girls only and in the evening the school is for boys only. Then this is a shift school. You have to specify yes or no. Is the school building used as a part of shift school? The sixth point on this page is all the information which we covered prior to this point, that was for the current academic year 2010-11. But while filling the information on point number 6 in the second page, of the data capture format, we are clearly asking for last academic year details. Here the last academic year will be treated as 2009-10, the previous year. Here we are asking number of academic inspections done for this particular school. How many number of academic inspections were done in the last academic year? You have to specify the value. B point is number of visits by the cluster resource center coordinator. Again you have to specify the value. C point is number of visits by the block resource person. You have to specify the values again. In the D point we are asking number of visits by the resource teacher for CWSN. This is again a new item added to this data capture format. Previous year this information was not there. We are asking number of visits done by the resource teacher for CWSN, for children with special need. You have to specify the total number of digits in numeric. In the 7th point we are asking school funds information. But now this information has to be filled for last completed financial year. In the previous point we had asked for last completed academic year 2009-10. Here we are asking last completed financial year 2009-10. We are saying that first point we are asking school development grant. How much school development grant is received by the school, and out of that receipt, out of that amount, how much amount have been spent, expenditure. So you have to specify two informations for every point, for all the 4 points. School development grant, how much received and how much spent. Then school maintenance grant, how much amount received and how much amount spent. Teaching learning material or teacher grant, how much amount received and how much amount spent. Last point is, in this particular point is funds from other sources. How much amount is received by the school from the funds which are other than these sources, from other sources. How much spent and how much received. In the 8th point we are asking about staff category. Here again, although we had clearly specified, but we should again remind you that this information has to be provided only for primary and upper primary sections of the school. Whether the school is primary with upper primary and secondary, higher secondary. For example, if a school is running from class 1 to class 12, then only we will give the information only for the class 1 to 8 teachers, or the staff or the teachers who are teaching from class 1 to class 8. We don't specify the teachers, the number of teachers who are teaching in class 9, 10, 11, 12. We don't consider those information here. So we will be only capturing that information which is in which we are imparting elementary education, the teachers which are included or which are imparting elementary education, class 1 to 8. First point we are asking here is teaching staff, total number of teaching staff, only regular teachers, and total number of sanctioned staff. How many total number of regular teachers are sanctioned for this particular school? Out of those sanctioned, or total number of teachers, regular teachers, how many are in position for primary section and how many are in position for upper primary section? Separately we are asking. Till last year we were asking only total number of sanctioned and total number of teachers in position. But now for this year, from this year we had bifurcated this in position, total number of teachers actually working in the school, for primary section separately and for upper primary section separately. Second point in this data capture in the staff category information is contract teachers. Contract teachers are those teachers which are not regular in nature, which are for a particular period, for a particular time frame. Suppose for 6 months or 1 year or 1.5 years, those are not paid regular amount, regular salaries, regular scales are not given to them. Those are contract teachers. We are asking number of contract teachers in primary and number of contract teachers in upper primary. C point in this question is part-time instructors for upper primary classes only. Total number of part-time instructors for upper primary classes. These teachers or these instructors are appointed as per RTE norms. This is a new inclusion in this data capture format this year. So clearly, before filling the data capture format, before filling this information also, please see the guidelines which is provided to you from your state level along with the data capture format. Then only fill this information. In the D point, we are asking non-teaching staff. And here also one point we will specify that we are not asking number of sanctioned posts for non-teaching staff, for part-time instructors, and for contract teachers. We are not asking number of sanctioned posts. Number of sanctioned posts is only required for A point, regular teachers. The next page of the data capture format, the third page, which is again school particulars, but this school particulars page contains all the new variables which are included into data capture format this year for the year 2010-11 in the light of RTE, right to education. All the variables in this page are new inclusion in the data capture format. The first question is details of instructional days and school hours, primary level and upper primary level separately. First part of the first question is number of instructional days during previous academic year 2009-10. How many number of instructional days the school functioned for primary and for upper primary separately. You have to specify the number of instructional days which were in which the instruction was delivered for primary section separately and for upper primary section separately. Now the B part of this question is school hours for children per day. Total number of school hours the children stay in the school for education. Number of hours children stay in the school in the current academic year. We have to specify the this information for the current academic year, for primary section separately, for upper primary section separately. Now school hours for children per day, you have to specify. Suppose children are staying in a school for education for 5 hours, so you have to specify 5. You don't have to specify 5 hours into number of weeks, into number of months. You don't have to specify that. Only specify the number of hours per day. For one day, how many hours the children is staying in a school. For example, 5 hours, 6 hours, 7 hours. Now, school hours for children can be different from the teaching hours, teachers working hours. So the difference is there. The first point we are asking school hours for children, and the second point, the third point of this question we are asking teachers working hours per day. Suppose for example a teacher comes at 7 o'clock in the morning and goes at 1 o'clock in the noon or 2 o'clock in the noon. So you have to calculate the total number of hours per day for a teacher, and then you have to write that. Remember that teachers hour and children's school hour can be different. It is not necessary that it is same. And these two informations, school hours for children and teachers working hour, that is to be specified for the current academic year, not previous year. Whereas the first information, number of instructional days, that has to be specified for the previous academic year. Now the second question in this particular data capture format, third page, RTE related page is CCE, continuous and comprehensive evaluation, being implemented in your school? If it is implemented, you have to specify 1 for yes. If it is not implemented, then you have to specify 2 as no. Again, there is a part of this question. If CCE is implemented in the school, then you have to specify, are pupil cumulative records being maintained in the school or not? Here you have to remember that for every pupil, for every child, cumulative records are to be maintained according to RTE, right to education, and that record, that CC pupil cumulative record